After measuring my remaining thickness of the plywood at 3 or 4 different spots, it was pretty consistent. I got that's close enough to 3/8 to me, so my final top width and shelf width will be 20. I want 28 inches finished, so it's going to be 27 1/4. So that's what I'll rip those 2 remaining pieces to, 27 1/4. Well, my first dry fit, just to see how things are looking here, and I like what I'm seeing. I can't do any better than that. And it is just nice and square. You know that drawer that's going in there is going to be, you know, have a little room to move. There is just little to no daylight there, which is good. I like it. Right. Okay, I just spent the last few minutes laying out my parts for my levelers, and I took a piece of one of the drops here and just ripped strips off of it 4 inches wide. Then I continued to I just laid it out where I could cut it on my miter saw. I made this cut, then this one, then this one here, where I could get 4 pieces out of one strip. So I made 2 45s and then 2 90s. So basically they came out like this. So these 2 came first, and then these 2 were cut out of the remaining piece with a 90-degree cut, making them all pretty much identical. They're not perfect, but they're close enough for what I'm doing here. So I've got those cut. Then I cut my squares that are going to go in between here, also out of the same strip, or similar strip. So they're going to go in here like that. But I want them to be glued in there, but I want a little rabbet, and that's what I'm going to cut next here. So I've got my blade set up approximately the height of the block. It's very close. I could come up maybe just a hair here. Right there. That might be a little much, but that's fine. It's not critical, but it's very close to the height of the block. I've got it set away about, whatever, 3/16, just so the blade, it's got some room between the blade and the fence. Now the thing to remember here is that you've got left and rights. So I've got to send one piece through this way and the next piece through the opposite way, so that when I bring them around, I will have mirror images of what I'm trying to do here. Adjust my blade to the depth of cut, and now I want to adjust it for the width. Just using my micro adjuster here. Slide my fence over. That's pretty good. I can be a little short, but I'll run this first one and see how it fits, and then do the rest. That's perfect, at least for this one. The rest should be the same. Now I know that I'm cutting this piece between the blade and the fence, but the piece that's coming off of there is so small, it fits beneath my fence, so there's no danger of it flying out of there or causing any problems. So I don't have any problem doing it this way at all. Let's do the rest of them here. Shown this method in a separate video, but this is how I like to install T-nuts. Give them a little tap. Instead of pounding them in, all the way. Take those 4 little dimples there. And just drill a starting hole. That back in there. Then take your bolt. Well, I got here a couple of washers. Thread that through. It's a beautiful way to do it. It takes all the stress off of the T-nut, and you're not hammering and bending it and forcing it through, and it ends up nice and perpendicular and exactly where you want it. So I'll do that to the rest of these, then we'll come back.